This week on 49ers Cal High Sports Report, presented by U.S. Bank. All spring sports all the time. We'll have baseball with Amador Valley and Granada, Sacred Heart Prep and Burlingame, and Sarah takes on Valley Christian.
We have great softball action with Pioneer and Oak Grove, volleyball with Alameda and Ensenada, lacrosse features Los Altos and Leland, and the heartwarming story of the wheelchair basketball star and his amazing road. It's all next on 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report, presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight in the East Bay League, where the De La Salle Spartans are off to a 5-3 start with impressive freshman Blake Burke hitting .522 to lead the Spartans.
And he's a young guy. That's really good. This game is the first league contest for San Ramon Valley. The Wolves have a 4-0 non-league record, and happy to see some sunshine this week. Connor Lynchy off to a fine start on the mound with 15 strikeouts in 2 games. East Bay League action this week. A big crowd at San Ramon Valley High School to watch the Wolves take on De La Salle. The fans getting to see UCLA commit Kyle Harrison dealing on the mound for the Spartans. The sophomore southpaw getting the K here in the first. Top of the second, now runner on for Jared Amy, who had a nice day at the plate for the Spartans. This one goes all the way to the fence and left. Racing around all the way from first is the freshman Blake Burke. 1-0 Spartans after 2. 2-out runner at third and the fourth as Amy lays down a perfect bunt. Chris Santiago scores. Amy safe at first with an RBI single. Later same inning, crazy play here as the ball is in the dirt. Racing home is Amy, and when the throw gets away, Kyle Harrison scores. 4-0 De La Salle. Harrison with a no-hitter into the fifth, and a fine play here from his third baseman Santiago, who makes the scoop and a strong throw for the out at first. Top 5 now. You want some runs today? You call on Trace tomorrow. This is a tracer shot 400 feet to straightaway center field, a solo blast for tomorrow, and a 5-0 De La Salle lead. Then in the sixth, 2 on for Nick Sorelli, and Nick sends this one to deep right center, and it's gone. A 3-run shot, and the Spartans were on their way 8-0. De La Salle looking for more, but a spectacular diving catch in left center by the Wolves' Clay Facto, but the Spartans win it. Harrison pitching 5 innings of no-hit ball. Sam Cook finishing off the no-hitter with 2 innings of relief for the victorious Spartans, now 7-3 on the season.
The Carlmont Scots taking the field as they host Hillsdale Friday afternoon. We skip to the second inning. Thomas Carlmont chops one through the infield for a hit. Will Garrett scores 1-0 Knights. Then with a runner on third, the pitch gets away. That allows Jackson Skidmore to skid into home plate. 2-0 Knights. Carlmont looking to start a rally in the fourth as Mitchell Plain crushes one to right center for the stand-up double. Then a couple batters later, it's Taylor Douglas doing the job with a solid single to left. Plain comes home to cut the deficit in half. The Scots keep it going in the fifth with Grant Norman's single to right. He would later score on a wild pitch to tie it up at 2. Douglas up to bat again, and he ropes one to right for a base hit. Plain scores. It's 3-2 Scots. But Hillsdale fights back in the sixth. Max Lopez lines one to center for a single as Antonio Paulinelli scores. It's tied again at 3. Seventh inning now in Hillsdale with a runner on second. Paulinelli slices it to left. Carlmont scores. It's 4-3 Knights. Carlmont loads the bases in the bottom half for Will Clives, who shoots one to center as Plain scores to tie it up at 4. And bases loaded for David Pedrosian, who pummels one deep to left. Zane Van Arsdale scores as the Carlmont Scots walk it off to go to 2-0 in the Peninsula Bay League. Douglas the man in this one.
Now time for some softball as the Amador Valley Dons host the Granada Matadors in an East Bay League matchup. First standing Dons with a runner at first. Chloe Engel puts down the sac bunt. Granada pitcher Shea Mott gets the out at first, but advancing to third is Valeria Torres Colon. Next batter, Maddie Hildebrand hits an infield chopper. She gets thrown out at first, but puts the Dons on the board. It's a 1-0 Amador Valley lead. Second inning, our NCS Softball Player of the Year from last year, Danielle Williams, in to pitch for the Dons. She strikes out the side, and she is really good. Amador gets a runner on in the third. A pitch gets by. Allison Kim breaks for the plate, and she is safe. Great hustle by the freshman. Now it's Mia Hildebrand up to bat for the Dons. Quick scouting report on Hildebrand. She can crush an inside pitch. This one off the wall, scoring Engel. Hildebrand ends up at second. Amador Valley up 3-0, looking to add to the lead, but Granada's catcher Jessica Marty puts an end to the inning as she guns down the runner at third. Bottom 5 now, Williams looking to give herself some insurance as she hits it high and deep, but crashing into the fence, making the catch is Skylar Vincent. But the Dons' Danielle Williams dominating in this one. She ends the game with a K, 18 total for the no-hitter, facing only 22 batters. Amazing performance for the Northwestern U commit as the Dons win it 3-0 was the final.
The Leland Chargers doing the wave before their match against the visiting Los Altos Eagles. We start off with a little Eagles action. Lisa Larson hitting it from downtown for the first goal of the night. Evelyn Bayer Murphy in possession. She drives into the hole and hits the back of the net. 3-0 Los Altos. More Eagles action. Bayer Murphy finds Megan Quinn in front of the net, and Quinn sends it home. 5-0 Eagles to close the half. Chargers make a comeback, though. Kiuri Yum putting the Chargers on the board with their goal, cutting the deficit to 4. The ball gets loose here. Lily Beck fighting for the ball and sends it rolling into the net. They call her the golf queen at Los Altos. Leland doesn't give up. Melissa Yates on the attack. She's in the box and makes the bounce shot to give the Chargers another goal. Los Altos keeps up their lead. Beck with the feed pass to Daphne in for the quick stick shot. 7-2 Eagles. Seconds left in the game. Leland going strong. Yum drives into the crease, and that's a goal for the Chargers, but the Los Altos Eagles take this one 8-3. Beck leading the way with 3 goals.
Each week, the Rica Center presents the Player of the Week award.
The announcement made in a rap produced by the hip hop department at the Rica Center. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Rica Center. Rama Jamal. Players of the week. For those watching at home, look up for the top bonus. Rob Prince is one night shining from Las Lomas, king of the court. NorCal and MCS, no sitting around table. He left it an empty nest with his team leading their way to the state title. He played all 32 minutes and never stayed idle. A dream season with an overall record 31-4. Now don't y'all forget it. Next up, a shortstop named Corey Thomas. A Valley Christian warrior is upon us in the Bay Area. 2 of softball's best teams went head to head and when put to the test, she hit for an RBI and had the game-winning run against the Mustangs. The Warriors won 2-1. Junior number 5's committed to Santa Barbara and already on to bigger plans than DARPA. Those are your Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's a 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
There are 2 main types of ankle sprains, low and high. Low ankle sprains are the typical basketball inversion sprain that injures the front and outside of the ankle, leading to injury of the anterior talofibular and the calcaneofibular ligaments. Although they might get quite swollen, low ankle sprains have excellent healing potential. High ankle sprains are a different animal and commonly caused by an eversion and external rotation force, affecting the ligaments between the 2 leg bones, the tibia and the fibula. Although they might have only minimal swelling, they are associated with significant pain with weight bearing and push-off. A cast boot is often helpful the first 1 to 2 weeks, and these can often take 6 to 8 weeks before return to play. Surgery can even be necessary in very severe high ankle sprains. With any ankle sprain, check with your athletic trainer to determine its severity.
Coming up, the Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game with a game that took 2 days to complete as Sarah hosts Valley Christian.
And softball with presentation and St. Francis next. But first, here's our World Games Top 10 softball poll.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
At Stanford Healthcare, we can now repair complex aortic aneurysms without invasive surgery. If we can do that, imagine what we can do for varicose veins. And if we can precisely treat eye cancer with minimal damage to the rest of the eye, imagine what we can do for glaucoma, even cataracts. If we can use DNA to diagnose the rarest of diseases, imagine what we can do for the conditions that affect us all. Imagine what we can do for you.
We're back at Levi Stadium with our CCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. This one features a game that took 2 days to play. The first few innings played 2 weeks ago, but was delayed because of rain. Yeah, so the two teams had to meet again, Sarah and Valley Christian, to decide the outcome. It's our Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game. Our Chiara Biagini was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Beautiful day for some baseball here at Sarah High School as the Padres host the Warriors. Now, 2 weeks ago, this game was called in the bottom of the 4th inning due to rain, with Valley Christian up 1-0. Valley earned that run in the top of the 4th. Dawson Brigman singled up the middle and later scored on a fielder's choice. Sarah went on to load the bases in the bottom of the 4th inning, but the game was called with 1 out, and we will pick it up right where it was left off in this week's CCS Block Construction Blockbuster game.
Bottom of the 4th, Sarah with the bases loaded, and check out how this one gets started. The Warriors attempt to pick off a runner at second, but the ball gets by and Sarah ties it up 1-1. 5th inning, Valley Christian gets a runner on first, but the Padres turn 2. It's Chris Fung to JJ Ota to Nicholas Lopez for the double play. Bottom of the 5th, Sarah loads the bases with 2 outs. Cameron Barstad hits a grounder to third. Here comes the throw. It's just wide. Barstad is safe and gets the RBI, scoring Noah Marcello. Next up, Ota works the count and draws the walk. Sarah takes the 3-1 lead and looks to add some insurance as Jack D'Amelio crushes the ball to deep left center, but there for the catch is Valley center fielder Coleman Brigman. 6th inning, the Warriors with runners on first and second. Nick Marincon's up, and he turns on this pitch and hits it off the wall to score Jack McGrew. Marincons gets the stand-up double, but Sarah gets out of the inning with a pop fly to right fielder Kyle Leventhal. The Padres head into the top of the 7th with a 3-2 lead. Right-handed pitcher Mitchell Scott going for the complete game, and he gets it as he ends this one with a K as the Padres hand the Warriors their first league loss. Winning pitcher Mitchell Scott through 7 innings allowed only 3 hits, 2 runs, and 7 Ks. We talked to him after the game.
I just wanted to come back and just take care of business because we wanted to beat this team. It's been in our minds since the last CCS game. And it's just a great feeling to come out here and get the win. We play a really great defense every day, and it's really easy to pitch to because you know the guys behind you are going to play defense. And as long as we swing the bats, we can beat anyone.
In San Mateo with our Blockbuster game, I'm Chiara Biagini, 49ers Cal High Sports Report. St. Francis and Presentation square off on the diamond in the start of WCAL play. Bottom first, Sarah Stevens gets on base with a bloop shot to left, and she's stretching it into a double there. She would go on to score. Batters later, Haley Bram goes deep, going, and it's just off the right fielder's glove. With her speed, she is going to end up on third. And 2 batters later, Sydney Einhorn cashes in, drops it over the third baseman and into no man's land. The Lancers take the 2-0 lead after 1. Now bottom 5, same score, runner on third. Hannah Demore goes right back up the middle, scoring Alexandra Attard. The score 4-0 St. Francis after the inning. Panthers hurler Kaya McCall would settle in, allowing only 2 earned runs with 10 strikeouts. But the storyline was the Lancers pitcher Jordan Schuring, top 7. She is a no-hitter going. A weak grounder in front of home, and Jade Henry is safe at first for the first hit of the game for the Panthers. And next batter, McCall getting hit number 2. The line drive is just out of the reach of the second baseman. But that would be all because with 2 outs, a fly ball finds the glove of Brianna Ressa. Schuring with the complete game 2-hitter. She also had herself an RBI as the Lancers start off league play with a 4-0 win over the Presentation Panthers.
Over to Lee High School Thursday afternoon for some boys volleyball. The Longhorns taking on Leland. Leland's Travis Wen handles the serve by Lee's Connor Smith, getting it to Preston Worth, who sets it to Nathan Lee for the dink. It's 4-3 Lee. Austin Schultz here for Lee, responding as he times the set and scores with an aggressive spike that added to Lee's lead. William Liu of Leland coming right back, meeting a set way up there in his sweet spot, and that cuts Lee's first set lead to 21-18, but Lee would take the first. Here's Tanner Jack with a brick wall all game, blocking Leland's attempt and laying one down softly to contribute to his team taking the second set. Fire in the hole! Lee's Tyler Jack unloads with a spike after this, set up by his teammate Tanner Jack. It's 12-8 Lee in the third. One more time, Tanner to Tyler to increase Lee's lead to 13-10. Lee clicking on all cylinders. In the third, Tanner Jack sets the ball, this time to Connor Smith, who finishes with a nasty spike. Tanner Jack continuing to facilitate his team's offense. Teammate Joseph Bergles finds the set way up in the clouds and finishes with a rip. But Tyler Jack and his team simply were not going to be stopped. Here he is again, unleashing another kill for the Longhorns as Lee takes this one in 3 straight sets. The Oakland A's and U.S. Bank bring us the Coach of the Week award each week. This week's Coach of the Week is Alameda's Cameron Quick. Coach Quick did a great job this season, leading the Hornets all the way to the state title game. As our Coach of the Week, Coach Quick and the Hornets will receive tickets to an upcoming A's game.
You can get tickets to the Red Sox game April 20th and get a free Green Fridays Matt Chapman jersey. Cameron Quick, this week's Oakland A's and U.S. Bank Coach of the Week.
Coming up, the Mount Hamilton Division contest between Lee and Pioneer.
And the amazing story of the wheelchair basketball star and what he's gone through to take the court this season. Our U.S. Bank future leader is next. But first, here's a tip from one of the sports offered at the Silver Creek Sportsplex.
Hi, I'm Coach Gio, and today we're going to be talking about trapping. You can trap the ball with your feet, your thigh, or your chest. And it's important to think about the ball like an egg and softly bring it down to your feet. Trapping with your thigh, you're going to bring your thigh up almost 90 degrees and bring it down softly to your feet. If you would like to practice trapping, you can practice with a friend or against the wall.
For almost 50 years, Block Construction has been enhancing the Greater Bay Area and Central Coast, transforming the Northern California landscape, building corporate offices, schools, health and wellness centers, research labs, historic and non-profit buildings, using innovative and sustainable techniques, delivering safety and quality, creating trusting lifelong partnerships. Block Construction, building futures since 1970.
There's only one event with high-octane energy, heart-pounding action, and non-stop excitement. Monster Jam. See Gravedigger, Max D, El Toro Loco, and more. Presented by official partners America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses and BKT Tires. Tickets start at $20. Coming to Levi's Stadium April 28th for an action-packed night of family fun. Get your tickets before this event sells out. For details, visit monsterjam.com.
The Rikus Center is well known as an elite athletic training facility, but you might not be aware of all the ways the center touches the lives of our community. In addition to athletic fitness, nature awareness, and creative arts, the Rikus Center offers a diverse community service program, allowing students to gain leadership and life skills, learning the responsibilities of a real work environment, from working with young children to helping veterans with archery. The community service program will teach students the demands of a professional environment while fulfilling their high school's community service requirements.
We're from De La Salle High School, and you're watching 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Back at Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio with a battle in the Mount Hamilton division between Pioneer and Lee. It's early in the league season, but both teams looking strong.
The two teams meeting at Lee this week to try and keep their early season good fortune going.
Good crowd-supported Pioneer as the Mustangs host league rival Lee. Top of the second, Lee gets on the board with one swing of the bat. It's Mitch Dowd taking it deep over the left field fence. A solo shot for Dowd and a 1-0 Longhorns lead. Bottom four, the Mustangs get one on a wild pitch, then 2 out for John Teschner, and he gets all of that one high and deep and gone. A 3-run shot. Mustangs take a 4-1 lead. The home run parade continues in the fifth as Aiden Selfridge sends a blast to left, and it's gone. A solo shot for Aiden to cut the Pioneer lead to 4-2. First and third, 2 out for Pioneer in the fifth. The runner takes off from first. When the throw goes to second, Ryan Wallace heads for the plate and beats the throw home. 5-2 Pioneer. Runner at first for Lee in the sixth, but Pioneer gets the Hayden Matulich to John Teschner to Ian Torpy double play. But the Longhorns rally in the seventh. Nick Robinson with a drive to the wall and left, a leadoff double. The Longhorns load the bases, get a run-scoring wild pitch, a fielder's choice to make it 5-4. And when the pitch gets away, Griffin Quadro races home, and we're tied at 5-all going to the bottom of the seventh. The Mustangs load the bases, and the sophomore Hayden Matulich says, "Let's go home, boys," as he strokes a line single to center, a walk-off base hit, as Pioneer wins it 6-5 in a thriller. A big day for the sophomore Matulich.
The Encinal Jets getting hyped up for their match against rival Alameda. Into the first, Percival Racelis gets low for the bump to Kai Wong to Paul Dolan, who goes in with the heavy hand. The Hornets answer back, though. Tillman Vetter to Desmond Ho, setting it up for Shane Connolly, and Alameda would take set one, 25-17. Set 2, Jackie Huang bumps it here to Colin Chan. Spencer Cow gets up high and smashes that one down for the Hornets. Alameda up 2 sets to none. Third set, Daniel Kim finds Ho, who sets it up for Jamal Kogadai for the smackdown. But the Jets have too much power. Wong sets it up for Lucas Herring, and that deserves a celebratory hug. Jets take set 3. It's all Hornets from here, though. Huang to Chan to Cow, and that one's not coming back. Alameda up by 11 in the 4th. Then it's Vetter to Ho, and that's game, set, match as Connolly fires it into a hole in the defense. Alameda takes this one 3 sets to 1 to stay undefeated on the season. Cow leading the way with 10 kills.
Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to become future leaders.
Aubrey, this week we meet an amazing young man who at the age of 3 had a heart transplant. Now 15, Ben Thornton is this week's U.S. Bank future leader. To find a passion in your life is to live your life to its fullest. Ben Thornton's passion is wheelchair basketball. His time on the court with his team is the best time in his life.
Well, when I first started, it really gave me a boost of self-esteem, and the people that are here, they lifted me up. They are similar to me, and they all have disabilities, and they are my best friends, and I wouldn't replace them for anything.
The story of how Ben got to this point begins when he was just 3 years old. Ben would get tired quickly and had a persistent cough. Ben was diagnosed with a rare heart ailment, which led him to Lucille Packard Children's Hospital at Stanford.
We examined him, we did an ultrasound called an echocardiogram, and we diagnosed what's called a cardiomyopathy. Cardiomyopathy is a weakness of the heart muscle, and in particular, he had a particular form of cardiomyopathy where the muscle is not only weak, but it also gets very stiff, and that's a very dangerous type of cardiomyopathy.
A short time later, while at the hospital, Ben went into full cardiac arrest. His heart was no longer working. Ben was put on a heart machine designed for adults as a short-term solution. Then, to keep Ben alive until a donor heart could be found, doctors used a new technology.
The Berlin heart was a fairly new device. It was just being introduced on a compassionate use basis in the U.S. It had not even been approved by the FDA, and he was one of the youngest patients to be placed on the Berlin heart at that point.
The Berlin heart kept Ben alive during an agonizing wait for a donor heart.
Day after day after day, and you're just in a holding pattern. And you know, you really don't have any options. You just wait and you try to stay positive, and that's that.
After 55 days, the family got the news a heart was found for Ben. The surgery was a great success, but after surgery, doctors and the family noticed a weakness in Ben's legs.
So with Ben, one of the risks of these pumps, it's the risk of any left ventricular assist device or artificial heart, but particularly so in the small ones that we use for small children, is the risk of a blood clot forming on the device and that blood clot traveling around the body.
Ben would gradually lose nearly all control of his legs.
At first I was pretty iffy about it. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I didn't know where I was going to go, and I started getting into sports more, and that's how I got into wheelchair basketball, and now I'm really happy with it. I would rather be in a wheelchair than be able to walk at this point in my life.
And that is the positive attitude Ben takes through his life. 12 years after his transplant, Ben keeps on rolling. Wheelchair basketball is his sport. He hopes to play for one of the 9 colleges playing intercollegiate wheelchair basketball. What pushes Ben is the challenge to become the best.
Yeah, it's just strength and training and stuff. I mean, when I first came, I couldn't even hit the net, and now I can almost shoot a three-pointer.
Ben is not alive today without the help of the Berlin heart machine, the care of his doctors and nurses, the support of his family.
But also because of another family who unfortunately had a tragedy and lost a child of their own. But during that moment of their greatest grief, they reached out and said, we want to help somebody else.
The donor family did not want to be known, but the hospital has a program where Ben's family could write a letter to the donor family.
And just thank you. You gave me the gift of life, and I can't really repay that, but that's all I can say is thank you.
Now Ben lives his gift of life to its fullest. the smile on his face showing the pure joy that comes from his passion. Ben is doing very well in school and says a career in medicine might be in his future. He has seen nearly all of what the medical field can give. Ben has a great support group at home and at school and a great group of friends that he's known for a really long time. So for Ben, right now, life is good.
It's amazing. He'd rather be in a wheelchair at this point in his life. That quote was
that's
fantastic.
What he knows.
Yes. One Hit Away brings us great advice on concussion prevention every week.
Here's Darren Cedibaka with this week's tip.
3.8 million. That is the number of concussions that are reported per year in the United States from sports and recreational activities. There's another estimated of 50% that go unreported from that. Over 50% of high school athletes have sustained a concussion prior to high school, and over 35% of collegiate athletes have a history of multiple concussions. Research shows that the top sports in high school for incurring a concussion are, with men, football, lacrosse, and wrestling. Women, lacrosse, soccer, and basketball. Did you know that 90% of concussions show no loss of consciousness? If you do not feel right, let your supporting cast know. One Hit Away understands your brain can change your game.
Coming up, it's the South County Chrysler Game of the Week as the Anza Division rivals Los Gatos and Wilcox meet on the diamond.
And Oak Grove goes against Pioneer in girls softball next. In 2006, a small group of dedicated, experienced real estate top producers broke from the tradition of large-scale real estate mega companies. Our goal was to form an upscale boutique agency with an unprecedented knowledge of the local market and community. We are the best and the brightest top producing agents in Silicon Valley, agreeing to collaborate to leverage our talents and ensure the success of every opportunity for our clients. And we give back with $500,000 a year, annually going out to 24 different organizations. Sereno Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pizzine in Palo Alto, and I'm a proud supporter of Bay Area high school sports.
Hi, my name's Ed Graziani from Los Altos. I'm proud to support high school athletics on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
There's a shot! Oh, wow! Danny Houston!
Leva towards the byline, crosses it, wants the header, Baco loose, Baco! Long ball for Wondolowski. Wando takes the shot, back post, the captain scores.
'49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Block Construction, together building greatness. By the Silver Creek Sportsplex, the Bay Area's premier sports and fitness destination. The Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer.
This season, South County Chrysler Jeep Ram Dodge brings us the Game of the Week. That means a reporter on scene, team interviews, and Game of the Week t-shirts. This week's South County Chrysler Game of the Week is De Anza Division battle between Los Gatos and Wilcox.
Yeah, the two teams meeting in a home-and-home series this week. We bring you action for the second game, played on Friday afternoon on Kearney Lansford Field at Wilcox High School.
A very important game for the Wilcox Chargers playing host to Los Gatos. Top of the first, sophomore Tommy Troy wastes no time. He hits it deep, and it knocks off the bottom of the fence. The Stanford commit makes his way to third for the triple. He would score on a ground ball, 1-0 Wildcats. Bottom of the inning, Asahi Sato up to bat, and he splits the outfielders. The ball finds its way to the fence. Sato strolls into second with a double. Two batters later, runners on first and third. Jarrett Chapman sends it deep to center. Center fielder Luke Short makes a great catch, but it's deep enough to score Sato. Wilcox ties it up at 1. Bottom two, Chargers threatening again with two runners on. Catcher Thomas Moore with the pickoff play, and that throw couldn't get any better. Next batter, Devin Batto goes oppo taco just past the third baseman's reach to put runners on second and third. The Chargers would score on a ground ball to go up 2-1. but the Wildcats said enough is enough, and they went on a tear. Runner on second, Troy hits it through the 5-6 hole. Jared Mazzaferro comes around to score. We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the third. Now top 4, runner on first for Trevor Allen, who ropes it to left center. That's Brennan King coming around to score. Los Gatos takes the 3-2 lead. 3 batters later, it's now 4-2. Luke Short has a runner on second when he also finds a gap in left center. Ben Stolmuller scores to make it 5-2. Los Gatos looking for a bigger inning, but Wilcox hurler Robert Padilla gets out of the inning with the pickoff play to keep the Cats lead at 3. An inning later, senior captain Tyler Williams gets in on the hit parade, turning on an inside pitch and hitting it deep. That would score Troy his 3rd trip around the bases. He's a stud. Going straight to the bottom of the 7th to score 10-2 Los Gatos. Williams making a play on defense, a short chopper. The one-footed throw is in time to get the runner. The Los Gatos Wildcats win it 10-2 to improve to 5-1 in league play behind a monster game by the Stanford commit Tommy Troy. Stopping by after their road victory, the Los Gatos Wildcats. He was 4 for 4 at the plate, 3 RBIs. Our game MVP is Tommy Troy. Tommy, what were you seeing at the plate?
The ball was just looking like a watermelon today. You know, my timing was on point, and I was seeing the ball very well.
Good, and we're going to talk to Trevor. Trevor, what is your team's strengths this year? How are you guys going to make it so that you get to that ultimate goal?
I think this year all around we've been pretty good at everything, but hitting really stands out to me the most. I think we've only gone maybe 2 games without 10 hits, so that's probably what stands out the most.
And I'm going to talk to Tyler about this hitting. Last year as a team, you were batting .267. You were .313 coming into this game. What has been that change? What has translated?
Experience. You know, we had 2 guys last year who graduated, and we're all coming back this year, so, you know, we all have a lot of experience.
Good. All right, these are the Los Gatos Wildcats. Guys, take us out.
Shout out LG Meats. LG Meats.
Let's go. 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes!
The Pioneer Mustangs getting ready to take on Blossom Hill Road rival Oak Grove. Top of the first, and the Oak Grove Eagles on the board. 1 on for Lauren Innerst, who just crushes this one all the way to the wall and left. Scoring is Melissa Felix. 1-0 Eagles. Then with runners at the corners, they try and pick off Innerst at third, but the throw gets away. Lauren scores, and it's 2-0 Oak Grove. Pioneer answers right back. This is Madi Bajan sending it through the left side to start the Mustangs rally. You get a fist bump for that. 2 batters later, Haley Barron sends a line shot to left center all the way to the wall. It's a double for Barron. Bajan scores 2-1 Oak Grove, bottom of the 2nd. Top 3 and some fine D as Carissa Deed snags the hard liner and quickly fires to first for the double play. The Mustangs rally in the bottom of the 3rd. Runner on for Lizzie Smith, who sends it up the middle. That's a base hit. Racing around 3rd and scoring is Kelsey Fager, and we're tied at 2-all. Still bottom 3 with Smith at 2nd. Sydney Hemming sends it up the middle. On her horse and headed for home is Smith, and Pioneer has a 3-2 lead. The Mustangs looking for more, but Oak Grove catcher Jolina Lulu Ali'i throws to second. A nice scoop there by the shortstop Innerst, who makes the tag for the out. Oak Grove threatening in the 7th. Bases loaded, but the Mustangs go Garcia to Smith to Hemming. A tough double play to end the game as the Mustangs hang on to win it. 3-2 was the final score. 5 players with 1 hit apiece for the victorious Pioneer Mustangs. Once again this season, Lexus of Stevens Creek is honoring athletes who do great volunteer work in their community.
The voting is now on. Go to the Lexus of Stevens Creek Facebook page or website at lexusofstevenscreek.com to vote for your favorite volunteer. Winners will be in the running for scholarships.
Yeah, $10,000 in scholarships on the line. Very important. Go vote. Coming up, 2 of the Bay Area's very best teams going at it this week as Foothill meets Heritage.
And boys lacrosse with Sacred Heart Prep and St. Francis. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
We are back at Levi Stadium with 2 of the Bay Area's very best baseball teams making statements early. The 7-0 Foothill Falcons are led by Vanderbilt-bound ace Brett Hansen, who has not given up a run in 15 innings pitched.
Yet Heritage is coming into this game at 6-0. Their ace Bryson Kinnick has given up just 2 earned runs in 26 innings this year. 2 of the very best meeting in Brentwood this week.
The Heritage Patriots taking the field as they host Foothill on a Wednesday afternoon. The Patriots load the bases in the first, but Brett Hansen gets the batter to swing and miss for strike 3 to get the team out of a jam. The Falcons put a runner at second, but Jacob Jackson induces the fly ball to Aiden Quinn, who makes the catch. No score after 3. Heritage loads the bases again in the fourth, but Hansen gets the big-time K here to get out of the jam. Foothill looking to get on the board in the top of the sixth, but the Patriots defense stepping up big as Stephen Murphy grabs the liner for one, then fires to Spencer Holden at first for two, and that is a double play. Heritage with the runner at second in the bottom half for Keith Jones, who chops one at third. The throw to first is off, allowing Chaz Myers to score, and the Patriots take a 1-0 lead. Foothill looking to rally in the seventh. Corey Steinhauer lines it to left center for a base knock. Next batter, Jeremy Legg, just crushes this one all the way to the base in the wall and left. It's a stand-up double, but the runner is thinking it might be caught, so he has to stop at third. An intentional walk loads the bases for the Falcons, but Heritage with another big play on D. Murphy tagging the bag for one, fires to Oscar Murray, who gets the short hop and tags the runner at the plate for the game-ending double play, and Heritage wins it over Foothill in a thriller to go to 7-0 on the season. 1-0 was the final.
The Sacred Heart Prep Gators running onto the Lancers field as they take on St. Francis Monday night. Tommy Barnes taking all the hits by the defense here before sending the ball in for the first goal of the night for Sacred Heart. Next up, it's Ben Ramsey charging, and he nails the goal. 2-0 for the Gators. A loose ball is snatched up by Ted Vout. He goes around his defender, finds a path to the net, and it's in there. Gators up by 3. Lancers with a response, though. Jack Galbraith in possession. He runs through the defense and gets the goal from downtown for SF, but it's all Gator action from here. Seconds left in the third. Barnes with the feed to John Carroll. He gets the quick 6-7-1 SHP. The Gators ending the night strong. John Sonsini gets the ball 30 yards out. He's looking for a guy to pass it to, but then he finds a path to the net, and he does not miss as the Sacred Heart Prep Gators stay undefeated on the season with the 12-1 win. Barnes leading the way with 5 goals, Ramsey with 4.
Synergy Environmental Solutions celebrate players who go all out for their team, just like Synergy goes all out for its customers.
Doing the dirty work this week is J. Henry Ryan from Stewart Hall. Ryan taking the charge in the state title game, giving it up for the team. J. Henry Ryan doing the dirty work just like Synergy Environmental Solutions. Remember, you can buy the entire game from the games we showed tonight on either DVD or we'll send it to you digitally. Go to CalHighSportsBayArea.com to order.
Be sure to follow us on social media at 49ers Cal High on Twitter and Instagram. Stroll to our Facebook page and give us a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. We'll let you know when new videos are ready to watch.
South County Chrysler Jeep Ram Dodge cares about our Bay Area young people.
So each week they bring us tips on how our teens can drive more safely. Here's this week's safe driving tip.
Hi, I'm Kyle Carrasquilla from Leland High School, and this is this week's South County Chrysler safe driving tip. Merging, turning, and passing requires you to be extremely alert and aware of the other drivers around you. Many accidents happen because of the drivers being oblivious and inconsiderate when doing one of these 3 things. Here are some tips. Avoid making left-hand turns across busy intersections with no signal. It is better to go down a block or 2 until you come to a light. When there is an obstruction in your lane, wait for oncoming traffic to clear before you pull around. Just because someone's blocking your lane doesn't mean you have the right of way in the next or oncoming lane. Use turn signals to indicate your intention to turn or to change lanes. Make sure you give the cars behind you enough time to react before you take the action.
Coming up, our second block construction blockbuster game as Amador Valley meets Granada.
And East Bay League softball as Foothill battles Livermore next.
The difference between impossible and possible? It's a person who believes they can, saving toward their goal with a bank that believes they can too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
South County Ram is your custom headquarters. We have the largest selection of lifted new trucks, Ram 1500, 2500, and 3500. If you want it your way, we'll custom build it for you. Looking for a custom Jeep Wrangler? We've got those too. Take the new 2018 Ram 1500 regular cab for $16,999. Ram Pro City for $15,999. Perfect for your business. The Start Something New sales event is on now at your #1 volume dealer in all of Northern California. South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, and Gilroy. Drive a little, save a lot.
The Rikers Center has long been a staple of the Bay Area sports community. offering flexible and adaptable training programs for all ages. Among their most advanced programs is Cornerstone, a training course that combines a group-style training session with one-on-one supervision to optimize the training of its most elite athletes. Beginning each session with a group-based training workout, Cornerstone offers the best of both worlds. Fluid dynamic sessions followed by routine, all the while being assisted by the center's certified coaches.
Hi, I'm Tom McGraw, and I have the privilege of serving as CEO of First National Bank of Northern California. It's also been a privilege to grow up and make my home in the beautiful Bay Area and play high school sports just like many of you. We're proud to support local businesses and homeowners, as well as the hardworking youth and student athletes in the Bay Area. Come in and meet us and see how community banking really makes a difference in building stronger neighborhoods. Come into a branch and say hi.
Where everybody knows your name. Back at Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio with the East Bay League battle between Amador Valley and Granada. Both teams with fine pre-league records and hoping to vie for a league title.
The two teams meeting at Granada this week. It's our NCS Block Construction Blockbuster game, and our Austin Manili was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
We enter the second week of league play here as Granada hosts the Amador Valley Dons. The Matadors are coming in with an overall record of 5-3 this season, while being led by seniors Cameron Geyer and Jake Crittenden. Both offensive threats for Granada, who have a combined total of 19 runs this year. And on the mound for Amador Valley is senior Mitch Benson, a first-team All-Leaguer last year and is already off to a hot start with a 2.33 ERA this season. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon for some baseball, and it's a perfect weather, so let's get straight to the highlights in today's Block Construction Blockbuster game.
The Matadors sporting the gold tops in today's game. Looking good, boys. And in the first inning, Troy Wentworth with a shot to left field, and it hits the base of the wall, allowing Jake Crittenden to score the first run of the game. I heard they call him Critter, actually. Next batter, Noah Stewart skies this one to deep center, and we have a play at the plate, and Cameron Geyer will slide in safe for the 2-0 lead. But we're not done yet. J.J. Knight with the opposite field base knock, and Wentworth will come around to score, and it's now 3-0 Mats. Granada locking down on defense in the third inning. Nick Bolaris attempting to pick off the runner who takes off for second but is thrown out by Wentworth. Amador stays scoreless into the home half. A pass ball is thrown all the way to the backstop, allowing Wentworth to take off for home, and 1+1 equals Troy's second run of this game. But Amador's not letting up. This is the pitcher, Mitch Benson, showing off his power with the laser to left, and Nick Proctor will come in to score, but Dons trail 4-1. Jack Snook would later come into relief for Amador later in the fifth. A bloop pop-up on the infield, and Snook comes in for the sliding catch. Moving ahead into the seventh, Nick Bolaris has been on fire. He'll get 1, 2, and 3 straight strikeouts to end the game. Bolaris for Cy Young Award. And the Granada Matadors take down the Dons in this league matchup. So Bolaris talked to us about how he felt throwing in this game.
I was feeling good. I was getting a little tired, but I saw all my pitches working, so I was just... Oh!
In Livermore for the Blockbuster game, I'm Austin Manili, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Two of the best teams in the Bay squaring off on the diamond. Livermore hosting Foothill. Top one is short fly ball to right, and Esmeralda Gonzalez comes running in to save the day. Bottom half, pitcher Nicole May dominates the side. 3 strikeouts in a row to get her team back on offense, which is good because top of the second, Lauren Hermes hits a screamer over the head of the center fielder. A walk and a sac bunt puts runners on second and third. Then Gianna Ling brings everybody home with a liner down the third baseline. Falcons up by 2. Defense playing a big part in this one. Alejandra McElroy making a nice play in left. Foothill shortstop Hope Alley was on her game. Check out this catch with her back facing the infield to preserve the perfect game. Yes, we're going to the 7th where pitcher May is perfect, striking out the batter for out number 1. Then it's Alley once again saving the day for out number 2. 20 up, 20 down, soft fly ball. Can Alley do it again? It falls into center, and Madison Kawadi breaks up the no-no with 2 outs in the 7th. Still a 2-0 game, tying run at the plate, but May gets the ground ball to her hero, Alley, as May walks off the mound with a 1-hitter and the W. Falcons stay undefeated at 7-0.
The Harker School honors athletes who perform well in the classroom every week. This week's scholar athlete is Angelo Tonis from Sacred Heart Prep. Angelo is a senior pitcher and outfielder for the Gators. He's a star in the classroom with a 3.6 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates the boys varsity volleyball team. The team starting last week with 2 wins, then took second in the Monte Vista tournament over the weekend. The Eagles defeated 4 tough opponents before falling in the championship match. The team is now 13-3. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Once again this season, Adobe brings us advice on how to use their software to make great highlight reels and team videos.
Here's this week's Adobe tip.
There are 2 ways to slow down video in Premiere Pro. The easy, quick way is to right-click on the clip, go to speed duration, and put the percentage of the speed you desire. If you want the action to slow down during the play, right-click on the FX box and hit time remapping while holding down the control key on the point where you want the slow-mo to begin. Then drag the handles apart to determine how long the transition from full speed to slow-mo will last. This gives you a smooth transition that looks great. Just another way the Adobe Creative Suite makes it easy to make your highlight reel or team video better than all the rest. Coming up, we meet the Gators from Sacred Heart Prep and see them in action against Burlingame.
But first, here's the World Games Top 10 baseball polls.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Drive a little, save a lot. By Club Sport at the Sportsplex. Live healthy. And by the Sereno Group. Here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer, longtime real estate broker, and I'm teamed up with Keith Andrew, my favorite son-in-law. Many of you remember Charlie Wiedemeyer, my husband. We both support high school sports.
Hi, John Failer out of Saratoga and Santa Clara. I am very proud to support Northern California Bay Area high school sports.
Back at Levi Stadium, and the Sacred Heart Prep Gators featured 2 of the Bay Area's top pitchers.
Yeah, always good when you have 2 really good starters.
Yeah.
That helps in high school baseball. The Gators taking on Burlingame this week, but before the game, the Gators met with 99.7 Now Strawberry at the Rica Center to talk about their season so far.
Hey, I'm at the Rica Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. I'm in the gym with the Gators. Give it up to the baseball team from Sacred Heart Prep right now. And we're off to a strong start. Dominic, who's committed to ASU, by the way. Congrats on that one.
Thank you.
Last season, missing CCS by 1 game. Is that why this season you guys are off and running with a huge start?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a culmination. We've had a lot of these guys. We've been on varsity for the last few years, and I think we know what it's like to start off slow, and we really wanted to change that this year. It has been the strongest one in the past few years, and I think it's mostly because we all know what we want. We have the same goals, and we're all super close on and off the field.
And I like the fact that you brought that up. Let's go to Angelo. There's a secret with this team, being close on and off the court, on and off the field. What's the makeup of this lineup right here? Something special you guys have?
No, yeah, definitely, I agree. I think that as a group of guys, we're all here for each other and bond, and for the boys every day. And we're all just doing our jobs. We know our roles. We just have to eat a big bowl of ego for breakfast every day, swallow it down, just slap it all the other way. Just doing our jobs.
All upperclassmen, nothing but juniors and seniors on this squad too.
Right.
Huh?
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome. And Georgetown committed next year. That's what's up. Yeah. All right, Harry, another pitcher. I'm talking to all pitchers today. So Harry, first day of the season. Team comes together. What is the goal? What's on the whiteboard? What's the plan?
I mean, ever since day one, we've all bought into the one goal for the year, which is to win the PAL, something that's never been done before at this school. And as they've been saying, we've all bought in and just are really trying to achieve this same goal to do something we've never done.
That's what's up. Okay, so Sacred Heart Prep has a huge game against Burlingame. We have highlights from that coming up next. But first, guys, take it away.
Shakes on 3. 1, 2, 3, shakes!
Sacred Heart Prep taking game 1 of the home-to-home series on Tuesday. This is Wednesday's game, a chance for redemption for the Panthers. In the first, the Panthers with a runner at first. Tyler White gets a blue pit to shallow left, advancing Carlo Lipicciolo to third. But with no outs and a runner at second and third, Gator pitcher Angelo Tonas takes care of business, striking out the side. Second inning now, Jack Donnelly gets things going for the Gators with a nice base knock to right field. And with 2 outs, Gator catcher John McRory drops one into shallow right field. Coming in to score is Donnelly for the first run of the game. The Gators lead it 1-0. Third inning now, SHP with a runner at second. Jack Fitzsimmons sends it back up the middle to advance Kyle Cody to third. Next up is Ryan Frere, and the senior rips it down the third base line for a double. Crossing home plate is Cody for a 2-0 lead for the Sacred Heart Prep Gators. SHP doing a great job putting the ball in play. Barry Maines with a slow roller to third. The Panthers get the out at first, but scoring is Frere for the 4-0 lead. Burlingame getting on the board in the third as lefty batter Mario Vargas hits a grounder to third. The fielder chooses to go to first, and coming in to score is Lepicholo, but the Gators are stacked with impressive pitchers. Nathan Fleischle comes in for relief in the fifth and gets the job done as Sacred Heart Prep goes on to win it 5-2 to take the series against Burlingame.
DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This is a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to the Pioneer Mustangs with the game on the line in the 6th inning. Bases loaded, the Mustangs pull off the Michaela Garcia, Lizzie Smith, Sydney Hemming double play, and they were pretty happy about it. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. It might be this play, but then again, it might not.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Davon, and today's training tip is a medicine ball chop. So first he is going to get into a stabilized training base, anchoring his feet to the ground, and then he will slowly move the ball up and down. Great anti-rotation exercise to keep the core engaged. And then from there, he can move in a diagonal motion. And as he goes up, to make it a little harder, twist the hips and pivot his foot.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a hat, a backpack, and an invitation to our 49ers Prep end of the season awards banquet right here at Levi's Stadium, May 21st.
Not many spots left.
That's right.
They're going
Getting
quick.
close.
We'll show you some really good contenders and then award this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
First contender, Jack Snook from Amador Valley, the diving catch on the bunt. Alejandra McElroy from Foothill with the over-the-shoulder grab. Hope Alley from Foothill doing the same, but this one's a blind catcher back to the infield. That was nice. San Ramon Valley's Clay Facto, the amazing diving catch. Wow, how could that not be Play of the Week? Oh, that's right, because this is Oscar Murray from Heritage gets the one hopper at home, and he tags the runner. That ends the game. That would have been the tying run, and because of Oscar Murray, Heritage is walking away with the win and with this week's Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to join us next week as we meet a future college football player and the people who changed his life. We'll see you then.